bird.
Hey humans, you good? I'm just kidding. I know you're not good. I'm just asking because I figure you might. I'm asking because I figure you're not, and probably need a second to voice that concern in a group setting because I'm told that helps psychologically. Because, I know we're not. You're not. I'm not. If you are, you're either lying or you're real fucking rich. And who has money? Money in this economy? Why, we couldn't possibly. There's not enough plasma to sell to get to the level of money you'll need to buy your way out of not being okay. So yeah, it's real, it's true, it's 100% organic and totally free for now to just admit publicly with me right now that it's not fine, things are not cool, and you're not okay. So let's take a moment and a fucking drink together right now, here, today. Because if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. My chemically, romantically, and collectively with me now. Say, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Feels good to admit that things aren't great. It dries you out a bit because you're not stuck in denial. You're moving into acceptance. And you've not been okay for a long time. But there's always a first step. One of them is figuring out why. There's a lot of reasons why things are getting you down, keeping you from okay, and most of them are your fault, collectively as a species. I'm not trying to bring you down any lower, but since we're being honest, I'm just saying it's not the birds' fault, or the bees for that matter. We didn't do shit! I mean, we do. I do. But if that's fucking up your day, don't park in my shitting spot. It's that simple. You can't blame your collective depression on the rest of the animal kingdom because most of us don't even have thumbs, let alone Zell. We're not actively trying to destroy society. We're just looking for snacks. I'm not being defensive, you are, God! But I get it. It's easy to blame, and the avian community has a ton of reasons for humans to get annoyed with us. For one, there's a lot of us, and we don't fully understand personal space or sidewalks. Pigeons are the worst. And yeah, you think it's because they're dumb, but here's the thing, they're not. They know, they just don't care. You see a gaggle or a kit of pigeons, if you want to be a dick about it, just strutting in the alleyway, blocking your drive because you have empathy. But just know that they know what they're doing, and it's a power play. And I, for one, salute them because birds aren't allowed to drive, and humans collectively fucking can't. So yeah, slow down. That's all you gotta do. The powers that be are never interested in human happiness, just their collective cash. So like I'm saying, it's not the birds. We just wait for you to throw shit out and figure out what's the tastiest. So it's really going to be on the individual to figure out what they need to be happy. And for a lot of you humans, it's going to be something that collectively confuses and ultimately pisses off the rest of you. Case in point, Labubus. Now, collecting things is not just a human thing. We birds do it, magpies, crows. We love shiny shit and rocks because they're pretty. We just don't spend a ton of money or expect any money unless the money is shiny. In the end, it's the shiny. That's what we're about. You, on the other hand, will take that shiny shit and spend it on things that just baffle and confuse the discerning avian collector. Because, you already had some shiny shit. Then you went and spent it on Labubus. But what, I hear the boomers cry, is a Labubu? Well, this goes back to 2015. The old days, the before times, when the craziest shit going on was whether or not Chappie was a good movie. It wasn't, or maybe it was. Either way, Kansing Lung, a Chinese artist from Hong Kong, then living in Antwerp, created a storybook series influenced by the Nordic legends he learned growing up in the Netherlands. And if that's not enough of a cultural journey, but wait, there's more. The lore is all about these furry elves with 9 sharp teeth in a tribe, or a mischief, if you want to be a dick about it, called the Monsters. Mokoko, Pato, Spooky, their leader Zamomo, Labubu, and her boyfriend Taikoko, who is a skeleton. Don't make that face. You survived every season of The White Lotus, you can follow this. I'm a talking fucking bird. This is not the weirdest shit you heard about today. So anyway, there's 100 different monsters in the series, but the character you care about is Labubu. Stick with that. Anyway, so he creates this series. It's adorable. They are mischievous elves, and they're in love, and he partners with the toy company How to Work and starts selling the figures from the story. Then, in 2019, the monster is partnered up with the Chinese toy company Pop Mart, known for their blind boxes. And I can hear those of you still clinging to your AOL.com email be crying, what the shit is going on? Relax your blood pressure. Because blind boxes are nothing new, they're just popular. Basically, it is what it is. It's a box containing a cool thing. But you don't know which of the cool things in the series will be inside the box. You're buying it blind and hoping for the coolest of cool things, but it might just be a cool thing. Either way, you're spending money for the thrill of a cool thing. You boomers had metal detectors. It's the same deal, except with blind boxes, you don't have to worry about finding a syringe or like a buried utility line. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't have any money. So then, Lisa, who's the member of the K-pop group Blackpink, who needs no introduction, except to those of you who still call it the Facebook, just know she has 9 Guinness World Records just for being popular. Ask your kids. In April of 2024, Lisa is spotted with a keychain Labubu. And since she is the most followed member of a K-pop group on Instagram, that's one of the Guinness Awards, by the way, she was also on the latest season of The White Lotus, in case you need a cultural touchstone because you checked out 5 minutes ago. Labubu's become the rage. And that's why your kids are bothering you about getting the right kind of Labubu and not a fake one. Those are called Lafufus. And before you get excited, no, they're not worth anything. Just because they named it something doesn't mean it's worth anything. But you know what is worth something? Labubus! Back in May, a set of 3 Labubus sold for $28,300 at Sotheby's. A Vans Labubu sold for $16,000, and a human-sized Labubu recently sold for $150,000 at auction, making it the most expensive single Labubu in history so far, which is weird, because, like, part of the appeal is the blind box, and yet this fucker still rocked as much as a Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. But perhaps the most given so far, and further proof that humans are not okay, for a Labubu, happened last week. On the Russian instant messaging service Telegram, a human going by the name of Dmitry was offering 100,000 rubles to anyone willing to sign over their soul, proving it by signing a contract in their own blood. Now, normally a deal from someone named Dmitry for one human soul in exchange for rubles is a pageant of red flags. But in 2025, still doesn't seem like a bad deal. So much so that a 26-year-old Russian named Karina agreed to it. She, quote, signed a piece of paper by pressing her own blood to the contract, sent it over, got the 100,000 rubles, all because of why? She wanted some fucking Labubus. She also went to go see a concert, so, like, great deal. Or maybe that's just proof you don't need a soul to enjoy Russian pop music. But in the end, meantime, Dmitry was no doubt hitting up eBay looking to flip that soul. I don't know what the secondary value of a human soul is. I guess it depends on the rarity, which kind of makes the human soul the blind box collector of the immortal cosmos. You don't really know what's going on inside there. You might look like a math teacher, but inside you're a demon who eats kids. Who the hell knows? Roll the dice, God! You might get a rare one like Bob Ross or Mr. Rogers. Then you can flip that on the heavenly market, probably for some more fucking Labubus. In the end, all Karina was out was respect from the Russian Orthodox Church, who condemned the whole thing, obviously, calling her out for, quote, choosing evil, warning her that she will experience decline, illness, suffering, and death. But hey, now we know the eternal asking price for a fucking Labubu. It's just one soul. It's not a bad deal, if you ask me. That and a concert? I'd be lucky if I could get a fucking Groupon for bowling with rental shoes, supplies, and appies for my soul, because I can be a dick sometimes. Karina must have been doing something right. That, or Dmitry didn't get an appraiser for the fucking soul, which is your first mistake. You figure with a name like a necromancer, he'd know what he was doing. But hey, deal's done, and the rest of the human race still has to suffer through this Labubonic plague for a few more months before they go the way of the Beanie Baby. Humans, this Labubu thing is nothing new. You've been through this before. Pogs, pound puppies, potato heads, Tamagotchis, brats, Hatchimals, fingerlings, Pokemon, Furbies, Zuzu pets, McDonald's Happy Meal Muppet babies, and anyone who survived the Tickle Me Elmo Black Friday massacre of '96 will tell you that humans, you're not okay. So maybe, just admit it, save your money, and leave the shiny shit for the birds, because we know what to do with it. I love you. Good night. Nailed it.